Hello film traders, welcome to today's analysis. We're going to explain the cryptocurrency market for upcoming days and upcoming weeks. So without any wasting of the time, let's get in the chart for more explanation.
Last week's news and events, the Securities and Exchange Commission's or SEC request to the court to reconsider Ripple was denied by the judge. The HTX Global Exchange hacker who exploited 5,000 Ether from this exchange about 2 weeks ago returned all these funds. As promised, HTX paid 5% of this amount to the hacker. Decentralized exchange ThorSwap, owned by Thorchain or formerly Rune, evaluated the illegal use of this DEX. In order to solve this problem and to deal with illegal fund transfers, the platform entered the maintenance mode. Binance has announced that it will operate under UK law despite its opposition. The exchange plans to cancel the BUSD stablecoin loan by October 25th. In recent days, the X platform has suspended accounts of users who support the cryptocurrency Ripple without a clear reason, which has met with a strong reaction from the crypto community. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell said the U.S. economy is still reeling from the recession. Powell's speech could be a reference to the continuation of the contractionary policies of the Federal Reserve. According to reports, U.S. job openings rose to 9.6 million in August, compared to the 8.8 million expected. This can affect the CPI rate and the Federal Reserve's decision on the interest rate, next week's events. On Wednesday, the Federal Reserve will release the minutes of the FOMC meeting. According to the views and economic forecast of the FOMC members, a 0.25% interest rate increase by the end of the year seems very likely. This increase in interest rates on the market probably does not have a negative effect on crypto, but it is an indication of the expansionary policies of the Federal Reserve, which will hinder the growth of markets such as crypto. On Thursday, the U.S. September CPI and inflation report will be released. U.S. annual CPI was announced at 3.7% last month and is expected to decrease by 0.1% to 3.6% this month. Monthly CPI is expected to be 0.3%, which may be higher than this given the 8% increase in oil prices in September. Despite the 10% drop in oil prices in October, the CPI reduction to the 2% target now appears to be hard to come by and will happen quickly in the months ahead. This is probably what has caused the economic forecast of the FOMC members to decrease the interest rate in the next 2 years with a very low slope to around 4%. BTC MVRV. It is clear from the chart above, as well as the MVRV and previous analysis, that Bitcoin is trying to stabilize its $28,000 price range. Bitcoin will be able to reach higher numbers if it crosses $28,000. As a result, the level of resistance will be reduced. Currently, the 30-day MVRV is above zero, which indicates that buyers are willing to trade Bitcoin above its true price within a 30-day period. Stablecoin. Tether. In the chart above, you can see that the balance of Tether, which is also considered purchasing power, is increasing on the exchanges. Now, according to the formation of the existing structure, the pattern is probably evolving in the form of an ascending triangle. By maintaining the level of $24,800, the price can experience an upward movement on the monthly time frame, potentially reaching the level of $37,000. BTC USDT Weekly Overview. In last week's analysis, based on the completion of the corrective pattern, the price may have the potential to rise to the level of $29,600. Regarding previous week's scenario, due to the formation of more legs than the existing structure, the scenario from the previous week remains valid. The valid support levels are $27,100 to $26,580. BTC USDT Weekly. Overview. Upon reviewing the weekly time frame, if the transformation area is breached within the range of 31,760 hours, we can maintain an optimistic outlook for long-term price growth. BTC USDT. Daily overview. On the daily time frame, when the price reaches the support level, we observe a price rebound. With a breakout above the level of $28,739, there's an expectation of price growth up to the $32,000 range. BTC USDT, 4 hours overview. Based on the chart structure in the 4-hour time frame, the price is within an ascending channel. If the range of $27,968 is breached, there's an anticipation of price growth up to the $29,000 range. Stop loss limit, $27,200. BTC USDT, 12 months. Regarding the 2-point Fibonacci, to sustain growth, the price must surpass the 0.236 Fibonacci level and establish stability above it. It's important to note that this 0.236 Fibonacci level currently acts as resistance, at least until the closure of this candle and the opening of the next annual candle, which is about 2 months and 24 days away. While analyzing the chart for this time frame, we should also pay attention to charts with less time left to close. BTC USDT, 5 months. Under the influence of the attraction from the black consolidation point, the price broke out from the bottom of the upward trend with a steep downward slope but found immediate support from the orange line. Note, the orange line represents the initial resistance at the location of the red arrow that has now turned into support at the location of the green arrow. Currently, despite the possibility of a price pullback to the black trend line, the price must first overcome the red resistance line indicated in the figure. By plotting the 3 Fibonacci points as shown in the figure below, it can be observed that the first Fibonacci resistance level is at 0.236, coinciding with the resistance of the red line in the previous figure, confirming the significance of this resistance area. As seen in the figure, in the non-logarithmic chart, the price finds support from the middle Bollinger Band. Although there is a long-term tendency to reach the upper Bollinger Band, the price must first reach the 0.236 Fibonacci level, surpass the 2 specified points, and stabilize above this level. Currently, this level serves as resistance to price increase. BTC USDT, 4 months overview. At this time, we observe the support of the middle band of the Bollinger Band and resistance at the 0.236 Fibonacci level. To sustain growth, it is essential for the price to overcome this level and stabilize above it. Caution. Considering the resistance effect of this Fibonacci level, it is advisable to exercise caution by reducing and stabilizing the price below the orange line. Note: given the remaining time for this candle, it's important to place more emphasis on other time frames that have less time until the candle closes while still keeping this time frame in mind. BTC.USDT, 3 months overview. The orange line, previously seen as support at the location of the green arrow, has now been broken at the location of the red arrow. This line has transitioned from a support role to one of resistance. This resistance led to the last red candle, marked with a black arrow, closing at a price lower than the open price of the candle preceding it. This is a sign of weakness and a decrease. In addition to the mentioned weakness, the continuation of growth will depend on an increase and stabilization of the price above the orange line. According to the following 2-point Fibonacci analysis, the price has lost support at the 0.236 Fibonacci level in the last red candle. Now, this level itself serves as resistance and is the reason for the price pause in this range. Typically, when support at the 0.236 Fibonacci level is broken and this failure is sustained, one can anticipate the price falling to the next Fibonacci levels. The first expected level is the 0.382 level. If we adjust the 2-point Fibonacci analysis from the previous figure to be orange and add a 3-point Fibonacci analysis in blue to the figure, the first approximate correspondence between the two Fibonacci analyses can be seen at the black arrow. This corresponds to the 0.618 level of the orange 2-point Fibonacci analysis and the 0.236 level of the 3-point blue Fibonacci analysis. Attention! There are approximately 2 months and 24 days remaining from the time of this candle. Reaching the possible levels may take 3 months in one candle or several candles. BTC USDT 2 months overview. In this time frame, according to the 2-point Fibonacci analysis, the price initially broke above the 0.236 Fibonacci level but encountered resistance at the middle band of the Bollinger Bands. As a result, the price fell back below the 0.236 level. However, with support observed at the pale blue line, the price managed to recover and return to the 0.236 Fibonacci level. If it can rise above this level, the next resistance will be the orange line. Caution is necessary if the support of the blue line is lost. When examining this chart, note that if the support of the pale blue line is lost, we will rely on the dynamic support provided by the green line. The collection point marked by the black circle is a prominent feature of the chart. Considering the intersections marked with arrows, one being the intersection of Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen, and the other being the intersection of Kijun-sen and the middle band of the Bollinger Bands, and the presence of the red cloud ahead, there are currently no signs of an imminent increase in price. BQUSDT Monthly Overview. At this time, due to the support provided by the bold blue line and the fact that the price is above the Bollinger Middle Band and the red trend line, there is a possibility that the price will reach the orange resistance. Weekly Overview. Important points near the weekly time frame are marked in the figure. Considering the upward blue trend, support from the lower blue line, and the price's departure from the orange trend line, the possibility of encountering red-dotted resistance lines is more likely. 3 days. Overview. Due to the price increase within the green support area, the departure of the price from the red trend line, and its stabilization above this line, there is a possibility that the price will reach the orange resistance. If the price stabilizes above the orange line, there will be a possibility of continued price growth. After the price exits the trend marked with black dots and stabilizes above the middle Bollinger Band, there is a possibility of encountering a higher band. Daily Overview. Based on the Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen crossing, the price's exit above the red trend line and its exit above the red cloud, along with the formation of the green cloud ahead, it is more likely that the price will continue to increase at this time. Bitcoin Dominance. Weekly Overview. It was mentioned last week that the movement is likely to form a diametric pattern. If the level of 4850 is maintained, we may witness an increase to levels between 5254. Now, according to last week's scenario, the analysis is still in progress. Upon examining the weekly time frame, if the transformation zone in the range of 52.78% is breached, there is an expectation of long-term growth in the index. Bitcoin Dominance. Daily time frame. We observe the breaking of the neckline of the Sora-Shane pattern. If the peak of 51.0% is surpassed, we can be optimistic about the continued growth of the index. In the 4-hour period, if the resistance level of 50.87% is broken, there will be an expectation of the index growing up to the range of 51.50%. Conversely, if the 50.45% range is breached, the above analysis will be invalidated. About others' dominance. Weekly Overview. Examining the chart's structure on a weekly time frame, it's evident that the index is in a long-term upward trend. If the resistance range of 12.23% is breached, there is an expectation of sustained long-term growth of the index. Daily time frame. On the daily time frame, the index is following an upward trend. By surpassing the peak of 11.60%, there is an anticipation of ongoing growth of the index. 4-hour time frame. When checking the 4-hour time frame, we observe the index returning by converting the resistance line into support. With the breakout above the 11.30% range, there is an expectation of growth up to the 11.50% range. If the 11.10% range is broken from below, the aforementioned analysis will be invalidated.
Thanks for watching, folks. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe us to be the first one to get this analysis in the next weeks. Have a nice day and happy trading.